Have you ever felt like you're having the exact same conversation with your AI assistant over and over and over again? You teach it your specific coding style or your company's brand voice, and then you have to start all over from scratch the next time. Well, let's talk about how to fix that for good. Right? This feeling of, let's call it AI Groundhog Day, is a super common problem. And as this quote from the official docs puts it, if you're repeating yourself, you're just not tapping into one of Claude's most powerful features. But thankfully, there is a really elegant solution. So, what are these skills anyway? It's way more than just saving a few prompts. It's a whole new way to package and reuse expertise. And the architecture behind it all is actually surprisingly clever. Think of them like portable little packages of expertise. You teach Claude how to do something one time, like, say, analyze a spreadsheet using your specific methodology, or draft a memo in your company's exact format. And that ability becomes a reusable tool for you, or even your entire team, forever. Now, what's really cool here is how skills solve a major problem with this kind of customization: the AI's limited attention span, or what we call the context window. See, you can't just stuff every instruction you've ever written into every single conversation. That would be incredibly inefficient and slow everything down. Skills get around this with this brilliant three-stage process called progressive disclosure. First, Claude does a super fast scan of just the descriptions of all your skills. This costs almost no tokens, the currency of AI processing. Only when it finds a match for what you're trying to do does it bother to load the full instructions for that one specific skill. This is so efficient, it means you can have dozens of skills ready to go with basically zero performance hit. Okay, this is a crucial point. Knowing when to use a skill versus a system prompt, like a claude.md file. Here's the simple way to think about it. System prompts are for project-wide rules that should always be active. Skills, on the other hand, are for those reusable capabilities you want available on demand across many different projects. So let's zoom out for a second and do a quick comparison. It helps to see exactly where skills fit into the wider world of customizing Claude, because there are a few different tools and each one really has its own specific job. As you can pretty clearly see here, each tool has its own lane. Prompts are for your one-off instructions. Projects are for that persistent context. Subagents are for delegating tasks, and MCP is for connecting to the outside world. And skills, they brilliantly fill that niche for portable, repeatable expertise that you can use pretty much anywhere. All right, theory is great, but the real magic happens when you see what people have already built. Let's dive into the incredible ecosystem of skills you can literally plug in and start using right now. Anthropic itself gives you this really powerful set of foundational skills to start with. Just imagine telling Claude to, hey, extract the key tables from this PDF and pop them into an Excel sheet, and it just does it. Because it has these pre-built document skills. And get this, you can even use a skill to help you build a brand new skill. Wow, this number just perfectly illustrates how excited the community is. Over 168,000 stars on GitHub for just one community-built set of skills. That's not a typo. The developer community has jumped on this concept in a massive, massive way. So what is that hugely popular project? It's called Superpowers. And it's not just a single skill, it's a complete, opinionated software development methodology, all packaged up as a set of skills that work together to guide the AI. These skills are designed to automatically enforce professional software development discipline. For instance, the test-driven development skill literally won't let Claude write implementation code until a failing test has been written first. It's kind of like having an expert pair programmer built right in, keeping things on the straight and narrow. Okay, so you're probably thinking, I'm sold. How do I start using these? Well, it's incredibly straightforward. There are options for every type of user, whether you just use the web UI, you live in the command line, or you're building your own custom app. For most users on a paid plan, it's literally just a couple of clicks. You just go into your settings, you flip the toggle for skills, and bam, you can immediately start browsing the built-in skills or upload any you've downloaded. Now, if you're a developer using Claude Code, you probably live in the command line. For you, adding an entire collection of skills, like that whole Superpowers marketplace, is just a single command. That's it. And for all the developers out there building on top of Claude, don't worry, you're not left out. Skills are a first-class citizen. They're fully accessible and manageable through the official API and SDKs, so you can bake this reusable knowledge right into your own products. And maybe the best part of all of this? You don't need to be some prompt engineering wizard to create your own skill.
The whole format was designed from the ground up to be incredibly simple and accessible.
I'm not kidding. That's it. At its core, a skill is just a folder with a single markdown file inside that contains your instructions. This dead simple structure makes it so easy to package, to put in version control, and to share your own custom workflows. So if you remember anything, remember this. Skills are the answer to repeating yourself. They are hyper-efficient with your tokens, they're designed for portability, and there's already this huge library of them just waiting for you to explore. Okay, one final and very, very important note on security. Because skills can include and actually run executable scripts, they are extremely powerful. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? So always review the code inside a community skill and only install them from developers and sources that you absolutely trust. This really opens up a whole new world for standardizing and automating your most common tasks, whether that's just for you or for your entire team. It really makes you think, what's that one repetitive process you'd love to automate first?